Hi, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Dwayne. Welcome to our channel. We just spent 28 days in Valencia, Spain, living on a budget $4,000. This is our overview video.
Well, we're doing these overview videos to share if it's a place that we might like to come back and stay for 6, maybe 12 months, a little bit more long term. And it's really nice to document how we feel while we're here, and I think it's gonna be helpful in the long run. So would we like to stay in Valencia for long term, maybe 6 to 12 months? Here's our criteria to help us to decide.
So the first one is safety. Yeah. And we have not witnessed any crime or been pickpocketed or had any issues. We've kept, it's an urban city, so it is definitely eyes looking, making sure that everything's secure. The safety index for Valencia is about 31.5, which is quite a bit less compared to Barcelona at 51.2, or even Bilbao at 52.2. So it's safe, definitely in the city center. Just at night, be aware, tourists.
But it's supposed to be one of the safest spots in Spain, so that's been kind of nice. You know, when you lock your door behind you with all of your laptops in there, it feels good to know they're going to be there.
They're going to be there when you come back.
Definitely. Our second criteria is, because we are on a budget, is affordability. And we have found Valencia to be pretty affordable. I feel like when we've gone out to eat, it's a little bit more affordable than living in Phoenix in the United States and some of the places like Paris. The beers and wine are affordable, our meals are affordable. We went to a more traditional grocery store and those prices were what we expected to, pretty affordable. We've been doing our shopping more at this marketplace with the fresh vegetables and the fruits, and that's a teeny bit more, but we love it because it's also part of our entertainment and we get to practice our Spanish. So
I need more practice.
Yeah, so we might be spending a hair more there, but we love the experience. We didn't really look too much into housing beyond where we're staying, and this is a cute and nice, affordable place. If we were to come back long term, we would probably stay more by the ocean. It's just prettier there, personal preference. So yeah, it's affordable. There wasn't as much free stuff I felt to do though. I felt like in other locations, it's been very easy for us to entertain ourselves for free. Like Ibiza, we didn't even spend any money. We've been bored a couple times. We went to the aquarium, which was a beautiful aquarium, and for the cost, it was great. We thought about going to the zoo. The museums all had admission costs. So it's affordable, but it's been a little harder for us to entertain ourselves for free.
Yes.
Fair?
Yes. Yeah. It could be because it's such an urban area too, is where we're situated.
Yeah, I mean, we walk, but there's not quite as much to see when we walk.
When you walk, yes, absolutely. The next one is weather, and the weather has been really lovely.
Yeah, it has.
It's been nice. We're here in June, so mid 80s, low 70s, just gorgeous weather, really nice. We've had some windy days, but that happens. Yeah. But because we're in such an urban area, you walk down the street and you don't see the sun until you come out in the traffic area, and then you get some sun, but it's nice. It is. Yeah. The weather has definitely been a pleasure.
It has. Which kind of going into that and the weather and walking around is it a place that supports a healthy lifestyle? So Dwayne and I don't know, we just like places where it really feels like it's easy to exercise and everyone else is kind of staying focused on being healthy. And I'm not saying people are unhealthy here, but it just doesn't have that vibe. It doesn't have
the vibe. You can tell.
Sometimes, when you're at a location or a place, everyone else is out running and walking, and you're like, I gotta get my tennis shoes on and get out there. Yeah.
What am I missing?
Or you stop at one of the outdoor beach workout places, and you just talk to those people about doing stuff. So people here are healthy, but there's not gyms everywhere. We enjoyed doing some yoga out on our back patio, which was nice. And then we went to a couple of the open park areas and we jogged and we walked. And that was nice because they're not as crowded as in Paris, and there's not people smoking on every corner. It's just sort of you walk to the park to run and then you walk back.
Hi, well, this is our favorite place to jog and come outside. It's the Jardín del Trulla, so the Trulla Garden.
Yeah, it's beautiful. As you just can look around, there's all kinds of different trees and flowers, and I feel as we cruise along, I'm just looking and smelling and enjoying, and it's really open and not very crowded. So if you need a good walking or jogging spot, this is probably, I think, the best in our area. So hope you enjoy.
Hi, we're enjoying the Via del Gran Marques.
It is absolutely beautiful. It's like a park along both sides of the street, so you can enjoy the beautiful buildings and the architecture, and it's so green. It also keeps all of the breads and pastries like farther away, so you're not like walking down the window being tempted. But
You have to walk to them to get to them.
it's really one of our favorite places to walk to and from the market like every day, and it's just gorgeous.
Great walk.
It's a must-see.
Yep, gotta come.
So the next one is it friendly?
Yes.
And the people are very friendly. It's been really nice. So, our Spanish is a different dialect, so it's been fairly easy to communicate. But because they speak Castilian and we speak a little more border Spanish, there's been some giggles and.
Yeah, they're like, you're Western Spanish. Like, we're not really. I mean, yes, Arizona's a desert Western, but I didn't know we spoke Western Spanish.
So we used Google Translate yet again. Google has translated us, saved us several times, but we were able to communicate. People, like I said, have been really friendly. There's a lot more smiles here than I think we've seen in the Paris area and others. So
yeah, the guy at the grocery store, the first day he was very nice and polite, but by the third day we went to that little market area.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Yeah. So it's been, you kind of get to know them over the period of 28
Over a period
days.
of time. They see you several times, especially because your refrigerator's not so large.
Yes. But that's sort of how you get out and find your routine.
Yeah.
So, and that's been really different in Europe than like in other places where we tended to like grocery shop for like 2 weeks and then we didn't really go back because we would like stock up our kitchen. We've found like, because this is month 5 for us, like that getting out and talking to those local people, we need it more than we realize.
Yes.
Like it has been nice to just chit chat a little bit. So
We love each other, but yes, it's nice to chit chat with some other people.
that's why friendly people are important. Because otherwise it's just us. All right. So the last part that we're kind of measuring along the way is how close are we to family and is it easy and convenient? And I'm still feeling the same way that we have felt like I'm starting to miss them a little bit more, and it is hard. When we first left, I missed our kids a lot and the dog. As we've been gone longer, I'm starting to really miss our friends that we would like regularly have coffee with. I'm missing my aunt and uncle because I can't communicate as easy with them. So although it's wonderful, the living on the road is hard and the time change has been a little bit of a struggle.
That separation from family and friends is really difficult.
It is. And I know everyone else says that, but until you feel it,
You don't realize it until you actually
And
feel
at
it.
this 3-month point, I'm feeling it. So, could we stay here and be here long term, like 6 to 12 months? What do you think?
Well, overall, I've enjoyed Valencia, but to be completely honest, I'm not sad to leave.
We look forward to
It's
the
been
next.
nice, but yes, the next stop we're looking forward to.
We when we sat down and kind of we talked about how we felt and we're putting our feelings together for this, I remembered months ago when we were in Puerto Vallarta. We were looking at this beautiful view, watching whales, and they were going up and down, and we could see their blowholes. And we sold everything we own to do this. And I remember in Puerto Vallarta, a couple of things that we sold is my dad had a small car collection, and he passed away, and we sold 2 of those cars to people that love them and want the cars, and we had them sitting in storage. And I remember having a moment where I said, Dad, thank you so much for being generous, and thank you for the opportunity to do this, even though I sold those cars. It was very hard.
It was difficult.
We're not sitting out on the patio of Valencia here thinking, I sold my dad's cars to be here for like a year, to be here a long time. So that's kind of, I hope that kind of explains the feeling. Is it great? Is it a beautiful place? Should
Absolutely.
you visit? Yes, but maybe just not for us long term.
It may not be for us. But it may be for you, which is all right.
Yeah.
So if you like what you see, and we'd love to have you on our journey, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good day.